LazyVille has a healing for the Q. It's hard because Ruler and Duro, you go for some shorter trades, you want to get them low and find an all-in. That's not really going to happen, especially because Andal has Exhaust and Duro has Heal, no Ignite.
And another double knock up here. And PTA comes through for Ruler as well, so we're continuing to put on the pressure and doing a good job of that, but the wave is still in a rough spot, and especially with Tristana, it can be rough. Push that one back. Canyon, he actually never did back, he just went to his full clear once again. So that's what he's doing. Chovy will fall behind in this lane, as is expected. And the top lane somehow still pretty even, actually. Chovy taking a good trade here onto Yukal.
I thought Chovy was so low, and there was such a health advantage from Yukal. Yukal willing him down, and then one trade, and it's evened out. But now, Chovy doesn't have cooldowns for a little longer. This is a great gank angle.
Yeah. Chovy now realizing the spot he's in. Not a lot of hope for him. That's first blood given over to Sponge. Nice wrap around there, and Chovy will be punished. Trying to crash that wave. It's not going to happen.
Pretty well played that by Sponge, finding a great timing. Chovy,
not when they do. Canyon and Duro.
A lot.
Yeah. Maybe not every time, but sometimes. They're just going to take the straight here. Early Ocean. Definitely going to make some of these lanes easier.
Tone them back a little bit. Personally, I'm of the opinion we should have all the numbers.
Yeah.
I feel like everything should have a number. It's like, hey, Rich bought that null magic mantle. I want to mouse over it and see how much damage it reduces.
Even like the amount of justice punches Chovy has hit in the game.
Sure, why not?
You want to have everything. I mean,
everything. How many extra attacks did Canyon do because of that dagger?
How many autos have you done? Flash shot in. They're going to go for LazyVille. A little bit of counter synergy there, but still level 6 hit by Ruler. And they're just going to look for Andal instead. LazyVille does get out for now. And yeah, he's just going to have to flash out of that one. So LazyVille gets out, but they're heavily winning the lane, are the Gen.G bottom lane this time.
Last game, we saw a scenario where DRX bot lane punished Gen.G for not respecting the level 6 spike. And we just saw the reverse here, Ruler jumping in as soon as he had that level 6. LazyVille does manage to get out though, but has to reset, has pulled a little bit behind in terms of farm. But the fact that Gen.G get 2 and also got the Face Dragon, they're pretty happy with that.
Feeling pretty good about their position in this game. A little wave crash on the bottom lane, but Ruler is going to catch that. Keen, it doesn't feel like he's had a very good time in this lane ever since he had to use his flash.
It's not too fun of a matchup.
Yeah.
Playing a melee character into Nar, generally. With the exceptions of like Aatrox or something.
Renekton.
Yeah.
How about Jax?
I mean these champions have ways to get on the Nar, don't get me wrong, but it's not fun.
Well, we got Andal here, and there is a spell shield to come through, but the Senna ult's also going to help. The cast just gets them away. Bunch of needles coming out from Keen. But yeah, that's going to be a nice positioning and timing there for Andal to be in the top lane.
Yeah, Andal was a little late to be able to help out for the Grubs, but was there. Or still doesn't connect.
Yeah. No stun connect means that Keen just walks it off.
Yeah, and you're now in a tower race against Tristana.
Who is alone. Getting full turret plates.
Well, I think Gen.G pretty okay with how this has panned out. Yeah, I think the decision is soft though. If you feel like lane's going rough, fair enough. But I just think the problem is now, Ruler from being static bot, he's got a sizable 25 CS lead over LazyVille. He's got a bunch of solo plates as well. Might even get another one here. Yes, he will.
Oh boy. This is getting out of hand. Okay. Did he get all 4 of those plates solo? Probably 3, right?
I don't know exactly. All I know...
You know, we should be able to have that number.
We should.
Right?
We should have that number. We should have everything.
Every single number. How many autos did it take Ruler to kill the first plate and the second plate?
Fortunately, production has said they will let us know, so that's very nice of them. So we will have that number.
Yes.
How much healing has Chovy's Spectre's Carl given? They do grubs and they spawn little grub mite things. You know?
It's probably the grubs then.
Yeah.
So we have the confirmation. Ruler got all the plates solo.
Okay, so he has a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's 500 gold from plates.
But we
one player.
We don't have confirmation of how many the most targets Canyon has hit this passive.
Yeah. Keen getting bullied up here on the top lane. I think he will go down. The knockup comes in, and it's a nice little dive here from Sponge to help out Rich even more in that top lane.
This is kind of the trade-off, right? Rich has managed to pick up a massive farm lead over Keen, and it's the trade-off where Ruler He's very fed. Rich is now getting very fed. Rich is going to get some plates alone in the top lane. Gen.G are going to take this tower on the bot side, and we'll get feats of strength if they are first here, which they should be here.
Yep. Tristana and 2 people hitting it. Definitely going to outdo the Gnar. We do have a little bit of a setup here, but that's a Gragas who just runs away.
I think,
this Billy.
You know, the caveat I will say in this situation is normally like, okay, fed Gnar, fed Tristana, money on the Tristana. But the one thing I will say is Senna gets a lot of free value from the souls. So I don't think you're feeling as bad compared to like a tradition, the gold instead.
Yeah.
This is obviously not splitting the gold because it all just went to Rich. But this kind of feels like 2 teams, you know, they both put the eggs in different baskets. And we're trying to judge the basket integrity right now. Who has the better woven basket?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that clear?
Yes. I totally get what you're saying. But it's not Easter anymore. Don't get Degon excited.
Oh.
Because you hold eggs in the woven basket, you know.
That's what he gets excited about?
Yes.
He does get excited about a lot of things. He is pretty excitable.
Especially if it's a green basket. A little engage here on the wall from Sponge. There's a lot of damage going into Kenny. It's being thrown around like a rag doll. And now the ult comes out, but he has to flash away. It's all disengaged here from the side of Chovy as now TP comes in from Keen. Re-engage angle looking for you, Cal, but it's only Keen in the front line as now Gen.G trying to get away. Flash by Chovy over the wall. No kills, though, going the way of DRX. I feel like they should have been able to get something from that. At least they're going to win the fight and look to push with this Rift Herald.
Wait, that's a center in there. Okay, fine. Yeah, the probably was there for the coverage. A little bit of a scattered engage came out there from DRX. Ended up not really finding the targets they wanted, but Gen.G winning really in a position to counter engage. And getting some summoners, you know, Flash and Canyon, Flash and Chovy, they'll take those. And 30 seconds on that dragon, and a lot of ults down is the big takeaway. Obviously, Gnar ult's still going to be available, and those ult coming up pretty soon. Like, Paranoia is down.
It's anti-dragon.
That's pretty big. Whoa, I'm going to say something crazy, Brendan. And actually,
you have permission.
A lot of shielding and healing on DRX, wouldn't you know?
They do. And a lot of tanks.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst Pentak game. I feel like that's a conversation we always have.
Yeah, I will not comment on this any further.
Yeah, no further comment on that. DRX setting up front. I'm not sure Gen.G really can do much to fight this. You can see Chovy pushing the side lane. He could TP in. I think they're just going to let it go.
Just take the turret and just let them have one. I think that's fine. But as you did mention, it is a bit of a pretty nice soul and individual Drakes for DRX, so they will very much enjoy each and every one of them. It's now Rich facing off against Keen, who is very far.
But this lead between the AD carries just seems to be getting bigger and bigger, and the fact it's so big in terms of levels is really concerning as well. Well, Rich has just hit 14. Gen.G starting Anakan. Rich does have TP. Might have to use it here.
Sponge is miles away. He's so far away. Can he even get through Chovy to the objective on time? As over the top goes Duro. The TP is coming in there looking to turn onto UCal. Galio comes in as well. Ruler did get stunned up against the wall, though. Not doing damage for a while. Has to jump away after getting pretty low. Desaticon also getting very low, but Andal is as well. Big Gnar ultimate. And Poppy to knock them away with a re-engage from Chovy. Top floor, but no follow-up comes through. But the Anaconda still goes the way of Canyon. Not a good-looking fight here for Gen.G, though, as Ruler does go down, and they're going to clap Gwen as well. And Chovy is left all alone. And he will eventually be taken out, so should be a lot of levels given over to the side of Lazy Feel. At least DRX win the fight.
Yeah, DRX with a good fight there, able to punish Gen.G for that play on the Anaconda. Unfortunately, they don't secure.
He's helping out.
He's shredding.
Yeah. It's carry Poppy angle now. Sponge 4-0-3, 100% kill participation. And out Keen, rough spot. He's got Nocturne to help out, though, and maybe they go a bit deep, but everybody seems to be here. On the side of DRX, UCal gets low. Duro has to flash out of this one. Cask over the top. Not going to keep them around. So DRX trying to force that fight, but doesn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, flash down on UCal here, so can be a little bit vulnerable. But it just feels like Gen.G, you know, beating a summoner is not necessarily enough because they end up losing that dragon. No real motivation for DRX to fight again for a while. Find a pick on a UCal, great. He seems to be surviving so long. Canyon's so weak. You look at the items, doesn't even have a second item yet. Neither does Chovy. The threat of these two diving in just feels a little bit muted at the moment.
Yeah, this Hexplate doesn't seem to be getting that much value.
That's the thing, is that there's only a 2k gold lead, but look how many items Ruler has. Like, if you took Ruler out of the equation, everyone else is starving, right? it's Ruler or bust. He has to carry this game.
Okay.
And he does do a lot of damage.
If
right. Oh, this
Toby
is bad.
does start using that early, and now the turn is coming in. And look at this, we got Keen all alone as the knockaway comes through from Sponge, and Rich picks up another kill. Even throws out a little emote.
Sponge is just having such a good game right now on this Poppy.
He is feasting. The opposite of famining, and Duro is just going to be fine. He still has his own ton of damage still coming up for Roller. They still have to be so careful of this one Tristana, the one person on Gen.G that exists in this game.
Yeah, it's basically just try and make plays when he's not there, and when he's there, give him a lot of respect. Keep distance, don't really aggress into him, give him a lot of space. Right now, 60 CS lead in the 80 carries.
Trying to go on a UCal here. It's only Anvil nearby. And this is the dive comp. DRX getting caught in rotation. That's another kill over to Ruler now.
Did they just go Baron?
Oh, there's some pings.
I think they can bait Baron if they want to. But
or got behind early. Has been struggling. And we're just starting the Baron.
Okay. DRX moving over. See Duro on this flank angle. Will blast going away.
Yeah, I mean, there's already a lot of damage in, but Sponge is right there, so you have to respect the Poppy. Even as Nocturne, who can throw up a shield, a spell shield.
This is the sort of play you go for when you hope DRX overcommit to Dragon. Because, you know, Dragon's the objective to just spawn. Like, they'll be, if they focus on that, we can just sneak the Baron. By the time they realize, too late. DRX don't fall for it. Move over, force Gen.G away. I think maybe if they put Gnar in a position just to solo the Dragon, that's the ideal. And I think that's what they're going for now. So the rest of the team just has to control this area. Rich doesn't have TP, but he's not that far away. It won't take him that long to solo the Dragon out here. And I think Gen.G starting this would be a bit risky, but they look for a... can't talk flash anymore, Jovi.
They look for a what? Excuse me?
A fight.
Yes. I mean, Cannon's trying to run over.
He was looking for Teemos in the brush.
But Sponge is there. He can try to ult in. That's very close, but yeah, it's a little bit too late there for Cannon.
And Toby was looking for Teemo.
He's just going to go in, and he's got a Galio eventually, right? Okay, there we go. Cannon getting pretty low, though. It's a broken up fight, but now we got a taunt on this back line. Sonia's comes in. They are fine. And Ruler's just doing damage to the front line. Not so much just yet. As you see Keen getting some work done in the back line, but he's going to go down. As it was a very big overextension from Gen.G, and DRX are looking to punish. Duro looks like he is going to flash, but the follow-through. Oh, nice taxi there onto the blue buff. I think he actually does get away, but now we got pings on the Baron. And DRX.
Canyon's ult not quite available yet. Did you see Ruler moving over? Blue team is going to come through, and Chovy has TP.
And it's kind of difficult to zone away Ruler, but Ruler also can't just face check into 5 people. No vision on the Baron just yet, but they're trying to get it for him as a ward comes down. Rich gonna actually zone him away, and now he's gonna ult over the top though, and it goes over to Sponge. They do Shakira, but what about the fight? We got a big taunt in the paint, and Toby just keeps them all around. Sponge in a lot of trouble. Ruler, he jumps into the wall. Not gonna get anything there. Keen does get the bounty, by the way, on Lazy Feel, and now we got Sponge. Everything is missing here for Keen, but the important part is that he keeps them around. He missed every single needle! Everyone! And that means that Chovy has to flash. He does get 1,000 gold for it, though.
He was just donating the gold to Chovy.
Good call, I think.
Keen, you know, sometimes you have a situation where you're put behind in a game, you're down in gold, but you're still hitting. It feels like we just saw back-to-back teams unable to facilitate them.
Yeah. I mean, you understand Rich's point of view. He did get the stun on the Nocturne, but it's still Nocturne. He's still able to ult in the pit. You're not going to get that out. As now we got a Nocturne ult trying to save Chovy. It's not going to do anything.
Okay, big pick. Able to find that kill, denying some of this Baron pressure. I mean, sorry, it's them with the Baron. I saw the Baron power play, minus 2,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a lot. That's a big minus. They do still have the Baron on Rich, though, so hopefully they can pick a bit of that up. And now can use, with Chovy down, they can use some of their Baron pressure to get this down.
We got there eventually.
In the end.
It does make sense. You know, Chovy, he's got a death tap. He's relatively dead himself. Not as much as Ruler, obviously, but the two of them, Keen and Ruler, are able to come forward. That's a big cast, but it's only going to get Alistar, who just ults away. They're using everything onto the ulted Alistar. Literally everything, including the Senna ult. And now they're just holding the helicopter and trying to back away. And they're the ones with the Baron trying to put on pressure, but that's going to end their push.
You know, the ult, the concept of it, pretty nice when I go for a pick off that stacks here, but 106 at 33 minutes doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah.
We are looking at Chemtech Soul potentially in 30 if DRX can secure it.
Will engage here, but that is a Poppy waiting for his opportunity as now we have the dive coming in, and UCal in a lot of trouble. He's taking damage, goes golden, but Canyon is in the back line, Keen's in the back line, and they're just chipping away at these front lines. Canyon is going to be taken out finally, but look at the health bars of DRX. Ruler only finally gets here, and now the real damage will be coming through, and Sponge, incredibly tanky, but he's looking for LazyFeel. He's getting the jump-offs. As the explosion should go off and kill Rich. There it is, and he takes down Hondo. And that is exactly the fight that Gen.G were looking for.
Quadra kill, no Penta. I know Ruler's going to complain about that one. Looked a little bit precarious, that fight, engaging before Ruler was even there. You know, your Fed carry, but it's just on it. He arrives, he cleans up, the health bars are low, the setup was done. I think Canyon and Chovy in particular got a huge amount of value there. Getting the LazyFeel. Gets that big explosion there for the explosive charge. Looks for the reset onto the Senate. Gets the reset there as well. Knows it's here, so he flashes forward. Very well played. And now has 2.5k gold in the inventory.
He didn't say anything the whole time.
He's cool, calm, and collected.
Like right at the beginning he said something, but after that, he's just focused. He's in the zone.
Yeah.
And now Gen.G have a lead. They denied a Pentakills. The one thing is though that it looks like DRX didn't have many summoners in that last fight, and now they have some on LazyFeel and UCal, so that's going to be something to look for.
Definitely a big factor. Because it kind of feels like the fights go well for Gen.G when they can just ult on all these backliners and just charge at them. But there are a lot of flashes on the side of Gen.G as well, and Ruler lacking his. So do have those to look for some plays to make. But 3,000 gold now, the deficit gold not super meaningful at this point. But you also have the feats of strength. You know, those upgraded boots on a lot of members. You also have the Arakan. Not that many pedals this time, only 23 in favor of Gen.G. But these little things building up. And we're sort of getting to the point where Keen is relevant. You know, wow, oh my.
Are they just going in on the Sponge? I mean, he is going to ult him away, and now Canyon has to just back out. Sponge is very low now.
Yeah, that's a signal to stop Baron if I've ever seen them. Hopefully gonna look for some honey food to grab on the way. But he needs to be here, and he does not have the health to do so.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing the wolves, just trying to get some, yeah, it's just gone. I mean, look at the damage, it's insane! From the Gwen and the Tristana. It's enough, and they get Baron for free. They just needed a couple of ults, and now the engage comes in on a Canyon, but that's not necessarily the target you want. The follow-up from Duro is huge! And now you just have the Galio over the top. This is how this competition functions as we get the resets coming through for Ruler. And LazyFeel, he's all alone. That's a triple looking for the Penta. We have these, it seems like, every day now. But I don't think he's going to be able to get it unless we have Rich giving it over, which we know he won't. It's only a triple, but it's looking good still for Gen.G.
Looks like they're going to be able to close this one out. Only Sponge and Rich to defend. This is their chances to make it a legend group, to make it to the road to MSI. Fading away. We're trying to defend the base. Not many minions.
Canyon's like, do I ult here? I think, never mind. That's going to be the end of those two players, and Gen.G will just end the game right here. A good try by DRX. You have to hand it to them.